I don't know how to start it, but yeah, essentially I was feeling very unsure of myself at the beginning of the weekend.
To get any temp and pressure in the tire, you really need to drive like on the limit of the friction circle all the time. Otherwise, the tires get cold and you don't have the pressures and the temp to create the grip in the tire. Same as in a slick wheelie.
Take one of the Samantha tires.
Wait, I didn't get to fix my freaking eyeliner. It's all good. I gotta make sure it's always on point. Just be like, I haven't seen my therapist in 3 weeks. It's been a tricky day today. There's been a lot of changing conditions. It was wet this morning and I went out in the wet on rains and then it dried up. It was dry this afternoon, so I did get to go out on the stickers, but it's just, I guess, been difficult for me. Been struggling a little bit to get the lap time down. I just feel like there's a lot of thoughts going through my head and I just feel like I'm a little bit mentally not here today. And you know, we all have bad days, so I think I just have to put it behind me, but we're going through it a little bit today. But trying to just, focus on things corner by corner, as you have to. Got a job to do, man. Just gotta be better at compartmentalizing.
If your lap is fucked already and you want whatever, fine. But you should know you're on a lap, right? Even if you don't know exactly, the tires are new, it's early in the run, that's when you should be on a lap. Yeah. Do you know how to set the reset the lap time?
No.
If you push and hold the mark button.
I was incredibly nervous about this, not only because I have essentially very, very little experience in this car. I still didn't really have a full grasp of how, the traction control felt and how the car felt in general. Where is the limit of the adhesion? When can I, fully get on the throttle and have the traction control kick in? And, it was just a bit chaotic for me, to be completely honest. There was a lot of pressure to be fast right away just because we have such short practice times.
She was out there during the wettest part of it. It was an absolute monsoon. I'm surprised they didn't red flag the session. Kind of killed her confidence. It's kind of a new track for her. She's driven on part of the layout because of the NLS racing we do here, but never in the Ferrari. And she still tends to take a little bit extra time finding her footing when the track is wet.
And I just felt I was just giving myself a lot of, self-doubt, impostor syndrome, the usual crowd. But then I kind of sat down and I was like, I'm literally at Nurburgring in SRO GT World Challenge Europe there's 50 other cars in a Ferrari race car. I'm gonna make the most of this, right? I have to. I can't be so hard on myself, Everybody's there to support me and to basically push me to do my best, and that honestly helped me also get into the right mindset of it all. My fans mean so much to me, to be completely honest and transparent. So, fuck it, we send it, You guys are part of the reason why I'm so motivated to, achieve my goals and keep pushing, essentially.
We had gone back and forth with the idea of having Isaac start or having me start, but we said, nope, Samantha, you're ready for this. Go ahead and take the green and charge forward.
I was a little bit hesitant, but honestly, I always keep it clean at the starts, and I know that myself, so I said, you know what? Just do it, Sam, just do it. You've got this, you have the skills, you have the reaction time, you got this, just do it.
She had some intense battles for position, passing, repassing other cars in our class, in cars that were out of class. She really drove a fantastic stint. She brings the car in, Isaac gets in and has probably his best stint of the whole season. Isaac did a fantastic job. Unfortunately, he went a little quick out of pit lane when he was leaving pits, so we had a 5-second penalty to serve when I got in for the final stop, which kind of set us back. But when I got in, yeah, again, can't say enough about the prep of the car and the team. Setup was fantastic. We were a little bit behind the 8 ball because of the penalty, because of kind of some traffic situations that had happened earlier in the race. But we were determined, I was determined to make sure we finished on the podium that race, and brought the car home in 3rd place on the podium. And really, there's nowhere to go but up from here.
Honestly, I did the best that I could with the circumstances. I could be proud of myself, given how much time I had in the car.
Talking about the challenges of running a team, where to start? It's been an incredible year. We've grown a lot from race 1. Sonoma was a huge learning experience. We were dropped into the fire big time with this program, 2 GT4s and a GT3, and the amount of work and focus and detail that needs to be covered every weekend to be fighting at the front is massive.
I'm just really excited to get back into it. We had really good momentum at VIR, and I've been working really hard, so I'm just excited to see what the results are this weekend.
Whenever you're starting a race team, first thing you need is an Italian guy. Italian guys are fucking great to have, awesome people to have. One, gestures, sense of humor, and you know the way that they handle motorsport is a way of life.
I'm just trying to fit in. We gotta speak with the hands. It's how I communicate with my team. I don't speak Italian. I speak like this, you know? Can we say Rafa is not a part of the itty bitty titty committee? Okay, but he is a great engineer, and we're very excited to be working together again this weekend here at Road America. Rafa works with another BMW factory team back in Europe, so he is also very experienced with the car. He knows it like the back of his hand, so I think we also just work together really, really well with all the debriefs that we have, the way that we communicate. We have great synergy.
We've benefited a lot from his input, his organizational skills, the way that he works with the drivers. It's helped elevate everything we do, and not only that, but Rafael's he's a great guy. He's good to be around. He's a good personality fit with the team, and that's a big part of what we look for here. Things have been really clicking the last couple races. We've been on the podium a bunch. We've had some fast laps. We've been knocking on the door of our first win. You know, Samantha at VIR was right up on George's bumper. P2 there, you know, P2 the first race at Road America. Fast lap again, hard charger again. We're just kind of on the cusp of our first victory, and I feel like we can all taste it.
Got a lot of pressure from the sponsors this weekend. We had our accountant show up this weekend because he needs to be taking note of all our expenses, which is a lot for him to write down. I hope he brought a big notebook. I'm getting such weird DMs again.
What is the creepiest DM you've ever got?
No, you take a look. I gotta get ready.
Put those toes on my lips. Holy feet. Please crush me under your foot like a bug, goddess.
Wow, those things fucking stink.
Yeah, it's good. We are gonna make a lot of money.
Road America is one of the staple tracks here in North America, in the heart of Elkhart Lake. Absolutely beautiful. Harry, our driver for the number 88 BMW M4 GT4, loves it here so much, as we all do, but his family's got this beautiful lake house. He's very relaxed here this weekend. I'm sure he's out fishing right now. Road America is a track built for the fans. I mean, if you've been there before, you know that there's like specific trails that you can go in to see different parts of the track. I personally love watching from turn 5, but you can make it literally anywhere that you want. really suitable for the BMW. We have a lot of power in these cars, so we want to be maximizing it on these straights. Some of the most iconic corners, like the kink, infamous for taking cars. I've had my own experiences there. 5 years ago, 2017, thought I could go flat, did not work. Ended up hitting the wall at 100 miles per hour, sprained my ankle, shattered my confidence, you name it. And that was a really big turning point for me in my career because I was faced with a lot of self-doubt. I was thinking, you know, maybe this is when I end my career. This is when it stops because, you know, maybe I'm not good enough to succeed. But for me to get back in the car a week later after that crash because I wanted to prove myself wrong, I think was 100% the right decision. I will say though, this weekend, the BMW was not the car with the fastest top speed. It was actually the Ferrari. And we're back together with Boy Wonder. He was potentially only joining us for one race, which was VIR, but he's stuck with us for the rest of the season. So your dynamic duo of Neil and I are back in the car together. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Do you want to hand them out? Okay. I'm getting the clip.
We should actually switch spots because it's easier for you to sign on that side and me to sign on that side.
Why does it?
You know what I mean?
No. How is it difficult?
Because you can, you know, we can sign at the same time then. You don't have to cross arms, you know?
I can just pass it to you?
You could, yeah. That also works.
Hi. Got a lot of pressure from the sponsors this weekend. But not only that, I mean, being a BMW ambassador, we always want to be doing our best. So we had a lot of pressure to perform and get those results, but I just used it as motivation this weekend.
It is hot today. We are roasting out here. Sun coming down, dark pavement. It's hot, humid, stinky. My shirt's stuck. Terrible.
During this race, Neil started at a decent qualifying spot. We were up front. Neil actually made a few positions up in the first couple laps. Car was feeling really strong. We'd really nailed the setup. We'd found a few things that weekend, even from the test into the race weekend, where we tuned and made the car better. And the drivers were super happy with it. And so going into race 2, we knew we had a really strong shot at this. And so Neil drove up through the front, had a really strong stint. I believe he set fast lap during his stint as well. We extended his stint a little bit longer, got to the pit stop window.
And we killed it in the pit stop. It was amazing. Really proud of him.
Samantha gets in, goes out of pit lane, and she is on an absolute tear. This is probably the best I've seen her drive ever. She's completely raised her game to a new level this season, and she absolutely showed it today in race 2. She's now tracking down the lead BMW, the Bimmel World car, running faster times than anybody on track, and we're all sitting here holding our breath, going, "This is going to be it. This has got to be our day." With I think about 30 or 40 minutes to go in the race, huge incident. Mercedes crashes at the front of the field, ends up being the class leader. Samantha avoids, the 94 BMW avoids. We're looking at the tire pressures on the telemetry to see if we've got a puncture. She just ran off track. What's going to go wrong next? Full course caution comes for this big crash. Samantha collects herself, and everything's okay. Okay, so we can breathe again. Now it's just getting ready for the final restart with about 20 minutes to go. Samantha's now in P2, and she's chasing down the other BMW for the overall lead of the race. We're P1 in class, P2 overall, chasing another BMW for the win, and we're all kind of beside ourselves here because we just saw that when it was green flag, Samantha was lapping faster than anybody, including the other BMW. Race goes back green. The other BMW has a mechanical issue, pulls off track, and then we think that Samantha is also having a mechanical issue at the same time. She loses a few positions, She's struggling. We're watching the win just slip away from our fingers as the race goes back green. We can't believe it. Ultimately, a couple laps go by. Samantha gets the tires back in the pressure window where she needs to be. She gets everything cleaned off. She gets her head back in the game, and she is still in a position to win the race. She lost a couple spots overall to some of the pro class cars that were behind her because she was so quick in the beginning of the stint that these pro class cars couldn't get by her. Actually, with a few minutes to go, she started to extend her lead with the Pro-Am competitors behind her, and all was safe. And with about 2 laps to go, we were just on the radio with her telling her, Samantha, bring it home. Car's fine, you're good, no pressure from behind, the win is yours.
Get on the radio, I hear Nick saying, final lap, white flag, you're approaching the checker, and I'm like almost holding my breath as I crest, and I see the checkered flag, bring it home, P3 overall, P1 in class, and then I just see the team like on the pit wall, like cheering, and I got really close to them, as you do. This is my very, 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 very first GT3 Pro win. Really, really meant a lot to me, not only because it was my first win, but also from where I was 5 years ago. It was such a surreal moment for me, and I'm beyond proud to have achieved this with my team. I mean, we've worked so hard for this. Starting the year was absolutely chaotic, and to finally find that balance and that synergy we needed, I mean, I wouldn't have had it any other way. To come back here and for this to be my very first win, and now at the very top of the sports car world, like this is the top class, this is the fastest against all of these pros, and to come out on top, I mean, we've come full circle, guys. It's been a journey, but we freaking made it, and I don't regret it one bit. Thank you to Neil for freaking killing it all weekend long. To have achieved my very first pro win with him, I mean, we've got a lot more to go. We've got a lot more trophies to bring home, but I'm glad to have done it with him.